Welcome back. Week 4 of the Zedia Network's football gambling show. I'm your host, Andrew Zoldan. With me today, a couple other members of the Zedia Network. We got Joey Lane, co-host along with someone else I'm not really sure, of the greatest college basketball / football / NFL / NBA podcast in the world, the Drive the Lane podcast. And Caroline Fenton, who works for ESPN, but more importantly, the co-host of the Southeastern podcast, the SCP. Welcome, both of y'all. Welcome to the Zedia Network's football gambling show.
Thank you so much. And I'm a little bit intimidated by how much Joey talks about on his podcast. I feel like I'm going to have to recruit Kennedy and be like, look, now this is an SEC football, NHL, MLB, high school girls lacrosse podcast. We're just going to cover everything so we can beat you, Joey.
Yeah, see, but that's where you're wrong, because we're so watered down to where we talk about everything, we don't talk about anything. So as you can see, because this past week we didn't even release an episode. So you don't worry, you're good. Don't try and emulate us in any way.
I guess that's fair. But if you want to talk about SEC football, hop on. We're happy to have you.
Oh, I would love to. Let me talk about Mike Leach for 45 minutes straight, please.
I love that man. Love that sweet man as much as it hurts me. If you couldn't tell, I wouldn't tell you. It hurts me, but I love him. He's a sweet man.
Joey and I kind of have the Seinfeld of podcasts. We kind of just talk about nothing, but then occasionally we have an Ohio State storyline. But today, we're going to give you all 2 college football picks, 2 NFL picks, a weekend football parlay, and Monday night football pick. A little spoiler, don't overthink it. That's my advice for the Monday night football pick. We'll get started. Caroline, it's your first time on the show. What's your first college football pick for the weekend?
So as you said, I am the co-host of the Southeastern podcast. So my first pick is going to be an SEC pick. I'm taking the underdog on this one, and I was a little bit nervous to touch this game, but I feel very passionate about it. I'm taking Auburn plus 6.5 over Georgia. If Georgia took that long to get settled into a game against Arkansas, I get it, first game of the season, you're knocking off those jitters, but if it takes you that long over Arkansas, which is probably the worst team in the SEC, then I really don't feel confident with you for a touchdown over Auburn, who looked legit against Kentucky, and that score was not very indicative of what the game looked like. Auburn should have been up by at least 2 more touchdowns. So I'm taking Bo Nix, throw picks, over the Bulldogs, Auburn plus 6.5 over Georgia this weekend.
Wow. And if people doubted your SEC knowledge, they could have just listened to that pick right there, because that was a knowledgeable pick. But when you feel confident in something, it usually goes the other way. So that may mean that Joey and I have to take Georgia, but I do agree with you on Auburn right there. Joey, let's hear your first college football pick.
Let me first say, while we're talking about Auburn, you got to pick them every game, because remember when Bo Nix beat Oregon last year and came back? People don't forget that game. So it's always a good pick to have Auburn. But my first pick, also an underdog. Also an underdog, but I'm a money line guy. A lot of my picks are going to be money line. I'm taking Boston College at home against North Carolina. They had a surprising Week 1 win. They're coached by a former Ohio State player, Coach Jeff Haley. Jeff Hafley. I don't even know how to say his last name. He's only there for 1 year. But I'm always going to take the Buckeyes. I've never been a North Carolina fan. There's a quarterback that came out of North Carolina that played in the NFL. Forget his name. Forget who he plays for. So I'm going to pick against that school. I'm going to take Boston College money line. That's like plus 420. They're a huge underdog. So home dog, baby. Give it to me.
That's bold right there. Caroline, you obviously, or you may know this, Joey is a Bears fan. So that quarterback that he doesn't want to name from North Carolina, you can
no backup quarterback.
Yes. Yeah, it's now the backup. I understand your frustration as a Bears fan. Mitch Trubisky, or I call him a different word, Trubisky, that rhymes with his first name. But yeah, I'm very excited about your new guy that you have in at quarterback. I'm pumped for Chicago.
Do you mean female dog Trubisky?
Sorry?
Do you mean female dog Trubisky? Is that
yes, exactly. That's what I say. I say the polite way. I definitely don't say the mean word.
It's funny because our quarterbacks have changed nicknames for the better, right? When your nickname versus the nickname for Nick Foles, I think we got our starting quarterback. So
when you have a nickname like Nick Foles' nickname, like honestly, how can you even compete? Even if Mitch Trubisky was the better quarterback, I'm still taking Nick Foles.
Purely based on nicknames.
Big Nick.
A great Nick.
Big Nick. Huge Nick.
Big Nick energy.
Big Nick energy. All right, my first pick, okay? I like Baylor, -2.5. They're playing West Virginia. You know, you don't usually see a low spread like that for the favorite on the road. Usually it ends up leaning a little bit towards the home team. So I'm going to ride that. I'm going to ride the -2.5. I think Baylor, the favorites, I think they cover. I think they win big. You know, they pounded Kansas last week, and I mean pounded. That's obviously easy, but it's always a confidence booster when you get KU on your schedule. That's lowercase k, capital U for all the Missouri people out there. Baylor rolls against West Virginia, and they continue this little hot streak they've been on the last few years. Baylor, -2.5. That's my first pick. My second pick, all right? This is betting with my heart a little bit, but it's half my heart, and you'll understand why. We got Mizzou versus Tennessee, all right?
I'm interested to hear this pick.
Let me tell you whose defense stinks, all right? Mizzou's defense stinks. Down with me and my friends, we say it's cheeks, all right? Their defense is cheeks. But I'm going to tell you this. They looked actually pretty solid on offense, all things considered, against Alabama. And because of that, I think this game hits the over 48.5. Mizzou scores some points, but boy, oh boy, do they let up some points too. Over 48.5, stamp it in.
I think that's a solid pick, but it's always so interesting to me about you Mizzou fans because it's moral victories. It's like, yes, we did get pounded at home, but you know what? We scored a touchdown against Alabama. So, you know what? That's a dub in our book.
We actually had a buzzer beater. How many times do you see football buzzer beaters? All right, we can brag about that. We had a buzzer beater against Alabama. And
you covered.
This is the gambling show, and we covered. Exactly. All right,
shout out to buzzer beaters and Sam Block.
Shout out to our friend Sam Block and buzzer beaters. You guys tune in. I have a shirt. I'm a big fan of the pod. Okay, so my second pick.
Wait, hold on. Before you go, I want you to tell everyone about the new Zedia Network shirt that they can buy, too.
Yes.
Oh, please. The best shirt that's available.
Do you love football? Because, man, I love football. If you are a MILF, like I am, man, I love football, please check out the Zedia Network t-shirts. The link is in my Twitter bio. My Twitter is @CarolineFenton1. Pod Southeastern has our own merch. So we have shirts that say, man, I love football. And if you guys want to spell that out, please, by all means, do it. We've got shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and stickers. So check out the Pod Southeastern merch.
All right. Football pick number 2. College football pick number 2.
Before I do my pick, I do have to defend my man Les Miles in Kansas. It's hard to recruit to Lawrence, Kansas. So give my guy a break. He is an absolute nut job, and he's broken my heart far too many times that I can count, but I'll ride or die for less. So ease up on the Mad Hatter. But my second pick, also keeping it in the SEC, that's my comfort spot. I'm taking Ole Miss +6 over Kentucky.
Ooh.
I am fully on board with the Lane train. I love this passing offense that he's got, and I think that Ole Miss is going to have a really explosive offensive game. So I'm riding with the Rebels on this one. Lane train.
We like the offensive firepower coming from the SEC this weekend. There's going to be a lot of score.
Air raid.
It's always smart taking a football school over a basketball school, right? Doesn't matter what conference it is. That's not where my pick is going. But for those of you who are fans of this show and remember episode 1 when I was on, I brought you a lot of underdog moneyline winners that week. I don't have to reference them. You remember who they were. And for this week, I'm bringing back the headband for my lock of the week.
Whoa!
There it is!
For my lock of the week. This is going to be Texas Tech moneyline against Kansas State. Now you're thinking, Kansas State just upset Oklahoma. Why would you be doing that? If I know anything from college athletics, it's that these 18 to 22-year-olds think they won the Super Bowl last week when they beat Oklahoma. They won't even show up. Texas Tech was the reverse. They were getting their ass kicked in practice because they blew the lead to Texas. They win this game. It might not even be close. Every year, people get so excited when these underdogs win these upset games, and then they lose the next week. Like, I guarantee you, Appalachian State, when they beat Michigan, they lost the next week. So I think that that it's just a theme in college sports. I've been there. When I was at Ohio State, I'd be lying if I said that when we won a big game that we had a good day in practice the next day. That never happened. So give me Texas Tech. Give me the Red Raiders. I still feel like Michael Crabtree's probably catching passes for them or something. That's why they're going to win. So I'll take Texas Tech. That's another money line pick. That one's a little less scary. I think Kansas State's only favored by like 2.5 points or something. So, but that's my lock. There's literally no doubt in my mind.
All right,
now I'm going to take my headband off.
I love the confidence.
If we're going locks right now, I'll do my my dump out your wallet lock of the week, as I often do. All right. I got a debit card right here.
Oh, geez. Here we go. Oh, wait. Can you pull that back up?
I'm not showing the numbers.
Oh, sorry.
I got another debit card right here. And right here I got my Wynn Hotel Las Vegas member card. All right?
Fancy.
Only been there one time, but I had to become a member. And I'll tell you this. I'm putting all of that on the Arizona Cardinals -3. All right? And this is why. This is why. Kyler Murray 1 week ago, MVP candidate. Kyler Murray now, too short. Kyler Murray this week blows out the Christian McCaffrey-less Panthers. Panthers last week, terrible. Panthers this week, they won. Are they pretty good? No, they're not. All right, Cardinals -3. I'm surprised this line is not -7.5, 8, 8.5. Cardinals, my lock of the week, they blow this game out. It's over after the first quarter. All right. Michael Crabtree, I feel like he still gets you past it for the Cardinals. All right. to stick with the Michael Crabtree team. But Larry Fitzgerald gets in the end zone for the first time this season. All right. And you see all over Twitter all of his stats that usually circulates.
Hey, Andrew, did you know that he has more tackles than drop passes in his career?
I did. Did you know that he – I can't even think of another one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Radius of a 2-car garage?
He's pretty good, and he gets in the end zone for the first time this season. All right, Kenyon Drake runs all over the Panthers. Okay,
you're just naming my fantasy team now. I'm excited.
Kyler Murray does that cute little thing he does where he chops his feet like that and then runs into the end zone.
That is really cute when he does that.
Cute Kyler blows them out this week. Cardinals -3. That's my Andrew empty your wallet pick of the week. Caroline, football pick number 1. To try to live up to that cool wallet thing I just did.
Well, I don't have my wallet by me, and I don't have a Vegas VIP card, so I couldn't.
Okay, you shouldn't
come close to you. But we are on the same page because I also picked the Cardinals -3, and I knew that the Cardinals were going to be insane when they acquired D-Hop for like a bag of pretzels. They traded like a pack of gum for like one of the best wide receivers in the entire league.
I hop for D-Hop.
I hop for D-Hop. I like that. Put that one on a t-shirt. Talk to our t-shirt guy. Yeah, I'm 100% riding with Arizona on this one. Sweet Angel, Teddy Bridgewater, I love you. We miss you in New Orleans, but you're not doing so hot, brother. Maybe we need a little bit of time. Hammering that one 100%. That's also my lock. Let's go Cards. The ones in Phoenix and St. Louis.
Whoa, not the ones in St. Louis, but that's okay.
Joey.
This is a no-brainer for me as well. I think that I've already given you my headband lock. I can't just throw out locks, even though, of course, I'm betting on them. I think they are going to happen, right? But this is a no-brainer. Baltimore Ravens -13.5 against the Washington football team. Me and Andrew are very low on some of the offensive players on the Washington football team that may or may not have attended my alma mater, but that's okay. We won't get into that. I just think that the Ravens coming off a loss and they're playing an inferior opponent that has frankly given up at the end of games lately. Like there's no way that they're going to win and they're definitely going to cover. And the Ravens got to send another message and the Redskins stink. The football team stinks. And they can't believe they're in first place in the NFC East.
NFC least.
Yeah, exactly.
The NFC East stinks right now. They stink like a trash can, and that trash can is unfortunately Dwayne Haskins, as we've been calling him, Dwayne Trash Cans.
Only you.
Not just me, all right? It's trending in my apartment, all right?
Yeah, not me.
I'm going to use that. I'll give y'all creds, but I'm going to start using that.
You got to give credits to my friend Josh Pollock, friend of the show.
We love Pollock.
Thanks, Josh.
He came up with Dwayne Trash Cans. They are not very good.
Poor Dwayne Haskins. Hold on. Poor Dwayne Haskins. I feel very bad for him. He's a great person, and we are rooting for him, but he just hasn't played well. Let me say my piece.
Joey, so I like the pick, and I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
For some reason this week, there's been a lot of Giannis Antetokounmpo and Lamar Jackson comparisons, which geez. I get it, but Lamar's only been in the league for 3 years, so I think people can chill with him not winning the big games because it's really the beginning of year 3. But I will say this: every time the Bucks lose, like 95% of the time they cover the spread the next game.
They didn't lose back-to-back games, I'm pretty sure, for like 2 straight seasons or something crazy like that.
So I'm with you. Ravens, 21-point win. What's your second pick, Joe? I'm spinning it right back around.
Can you guess what my second pick is? Oh, it's the Bears.
Your second pick's the Bears.
The Bears. Money line.
Big Nick energy.
Let's ride Nick Foles, so to speak. That's a little bad to say, but we love Nick Foles. So I mean, they're home. Aren't they home dogs? I love home dogs. Give me the Bears money line. They're playing. It's a battle of quarterbacks, right? Who do you want, Nick Foles or Phil Rivers? Phil Rivers, right? I mean, come on.
Is that it?
That's it. That's all. If you pick the Bears every game, you're a wealthy man. So why not pick them again?
I think they've been underdogs. Well, no, they weren't underdogs against the Giants, but they've been underdogs 2 out of 3 weeks, and 3 out of 3 weeks they've covered.
Let me also say,
they've been underdogs fewer times than Philip Rivers has kids.
That's absolutely true. I will say that if the Bears are losing in the fourth quarter, that you should double down on whatever you put on them also, because that seems to be a theme as well. So, yeah, there you go. That would have been my lock of the week also. Bears trailing fourth quarter money line. That would be my other lock.
All right, you need some bagels with all these locks.
I told you that's very funny. I told you they're not officially my locks. I told you that's if I'm thinking they're gonna win, I'm gonna be confident. Come on.
All right, my second pick, not as money lock as the Cardinals, the Seattle Seahawks. All right.
Ooh.
The Seattle Seahawks.
Mr. Unlimited.
Are you kidding me? Mr. Unlimited is -6.5 against the Dolphins. All right, I get it. You bet a big Thursday night win, Fitzpatrick. The beard looks great. You're very attractive. I'm being a little sus this episode with cute Kyler Murray and attractive.
You went to Harvard. You went to Harvard too. Don't forget that.
But all right, Russell Wilson is not. He's not letting this game be close. All right, let Russ cook. He's been cooking all year. Okay, -6.5 seems like it's a teaser. Okay, I might even tease it down to 4.5 just because now I'm psyching myself out. But 6.5 is the way to go. Not my lock of the week, but my Seattle Sea lock.
I'm loving all these lock ones. Keep it up, guys. My next pick. If you bet against Patrick Mahomes, you are a fool. I'm taking Chiefs money line. Don't love the spread, especially with Bill Belichick. I honestly have no idea what he's going to pull out. Taking the Chiefs money line, hammer it all day. That's all I need to say.
I like
Chiefs
it.
Money line.
I like it. I said last week, Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, after last week, will never be an underdog again in his career.
He won't.
Maybe in a Super Bowl, if there's a team on the other side that is really good, that surprised people and they didn't play the Chiefs in the regular season. But Patrick Mahomes will never be an underdog again because Vegas probably lost a ton of money on Chiefs money line. So, Caroline, I'm with you there 100%. It's a shame that the quarterback Drew from Missouri is hurt because we'd say the Broncos are a Drew lock. So he's hurt. We can't really say it. The game's tonight. This comes out tomorrow, today, Friday. So we can't do that. Caroline, I'm going to reverse it right back to you. I want you to start us off with your weekend parlay.
So, I don't know what it is about the Buffalo Bills that just does it for me. I don't know if it's their fans being absolute psychopaths, and I just love that. I will always take Josh Allen and the Bills. So, taking Bills -3, I think they're absolutely going to destroy that. And as much as this hurts me to say, Mississippi State, -17. If they put up a performance like they did this past week and KJ Costello goes off again, which, as I said on the Southeastern podcast, you don't just accidentally put up 600 yards passing. If they have that same performance against Arkansas, then 100% give me the Bulldogs -17. So Bills, Bulldogs, that's my parlay this weekend.
All right, I like it. That's a nice two-teamer. Very, very soft, very quiet, should get the job done.
Andrew, that's what we were instructed to do.
I got a three-teamer.
Well, you were instructed to do a two-teamer, Andrew. You can't
I know. I'm doing the host.
I didn't know that this was allowed, but I'll throw as many teams in there as possible.
I'm the hostess with the mostess. All right.
Andrew, you're frozen, guy. We can't hear you.
Am I still frozen?
We're seeing you're stuck in like the ultimate gambling show guide pose too.
You are stuck in a really great little frame.
I'm still frozen.
We want you.
It's actually amazing.
No way I'm still frozen.
I can't see you.
I hope it just stays like that.
Yeah.
This is a thumbnail for this podcast.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, this is perfect.
All right, so my three-team parlay, and I know I'm upstaging you guys, so you know what? I'll actually just make it. I'll make it a two-teamer.
No. You just
We
let the world
everything
know.
you've got.
Yeah, just need the world to know that we received a text message from the lovely founder of the Zedia Network, who is the producer and runs this show, that said, "Hey guys, involved in our picks, you need a two-team weekend parlay, one college football, one NFL." So that's what I have. I'm assuming that's also why Caroline picked who she picked. So Andrew, now that the stage is set, who's your three-team parlay?
My three-team parlay, and you can choose any combo of these two. You can choose any two, make it your own combo. Two for $1. Memphis money line at SMU. Okay, that's gonna be a 500-point game. The over/under is like 70, so I'm not touching the over/under. But I think Memphis scores last and they pull out the win. Memphis money line, Auburn +6.5. I'm with you on that, Caroline. If you want to really pump up the odds on this one, then you could throw Auburn money line in there. But I'm sticking with that 6.5. And then my last one, the Saints look terrible, but Michael Thomas should be back. I don't think they're losing 3 in a row. Saints money line, and that gives you odds on this three-team parlay +458 for those people who aren't that good at math out there. That's 10 to win 45. All right, so throw 10 on that parlay, get 45 extra dollars, put it on your Win Casino card, and yeah. All right, Joe, finish us off for your parlay, and then we'll get to our Monday night picks.
The name of my parlay is called the Teams I Hate Parlay. And if anyone knows where I'm going with this, it doesn't involve Michigan. They're not playing still. But it is Alabama -17.5. There's no way they've ever started the season not covering in one of the first 2 weeks, right? So they're going to cover against Texas A&M, even though Texas A&M is supposed to be the best team they've ever had. Don't care. I'll take Alabama. Sorry, you're the pro. I just know the rumors.
I'm not buying it. Don't believe the rumors.
Oh, yeah, sorry. One of the best teams they've ever had. And then the second team is the Packers -7. That's like literally a no-brainer. They're going to murder. They're really good. That stinks. It's amazing that the two teams in the NFC North, are the two teams that are 3-0 are one of the worst teams in the NFL and one of the best teams in the NFL, and they're both 3-0. It's literally insane. So and that is like +250, I think. So that's pretty for two teams that are the two of the best teams in their respective league or whatever. Like +250 is pretty good. I would throw $3,000 on there if I were you.
Okay, big spender.
Let's talk Monday night for a second. The don't overthink it pick of the week. Don't get cute. Don't do it. It's Packers -7, okay? The Falcons are reeling right now. There's no way they could put together a third good game in a row after what happened in the end of the last two games. So don't overthink it. Packers -7. That's what Joey and I have. Caroline, is your Monday pick different?
Well, I have a different one for Monday night, but that's okay. That was just part of my parlay. Sorry, not to interrupt.
Wait, but you're going to take the Falcons for your second.
No. I'm taking something else in the game.
Pick one. You can't pick both.
Yeah, Joey, you go first because I want Caroline. She looked like a big, good way to end this thing.
Yeah, I didn't even look this up. I'm just assuming that it's an option. I'm taking Aaron Rodgers over 2.5 touchdowns, over 2.5 passing touchdowns.
Okay.
I think it's unique. It's different. I think it's fun. I don't even know if it's an option or not. It could be 3.5 because they're playing the Falcons. I would still take that too, honestly. So yeah, that's just a way to be a little bit different, right? So give me A-Rod throwing 3 tutties.
So I'm the queen of overthinking and getting cute with it because my first thought was obviously Packers -7. Like, that's a no-brainer, of course. But there's absolutely no way that the Falcons are going 0-4. That's not going to happen. So I want all of the Falcons fans on Twitter who hate me for my anti-Falcons tweets. I want Harry Douglas, my favorite Falcon player ever in the history of the Falcons, to hear me say that I'm taking the Falcons on Monday night. There's absolutely zero chance that they're going to go 0-4.
So money line, not just +7. You're taking the Falcons money line.
I'm taking the Falcons money line.
So Caroline, what you need to do if they win is clip this and post it and brag.
Everyone's getting tagged. Joe Schmo from Atlanta, who sent me really mean DMs on Twitter after I made fun of y'all for blowing it. I want you to hear me when I say that the Falcons are going to beat the Packers on Monday night.
Wow. A ballsy pick to end
Harry Douglas.
the episode.
Let's say that name again. Harry
Douglas,
Douglas.
I want you to hear when I say I'm picking the Falcons.
Harry Douglas. To all of you out there, if you have a Harry Douglas, go to manscaped.com.
That's why you're a pro. Oh my gosh.
And use promo code OSU20 and have a Harry Douglas no more. Manscaped is not a sponsor of this show, but they do help us out. This has been a very, very fun episode. I don't know how we can continue without having this trio. We may have to expand the show to be like around the horn, where I kind of assign points to everyone and stand above people. That would be fun.
That's a good idea, Andrew.
Maybe we can have a big panel because Jack's got to come back. The T-shirt guy's got to be on the show. He needs to have a T-shirt cannon that he that we animate and he's shooting off the cannon.
Can we get a sound effect that just says, put it on a shirt?
Yeah,
and all our one-liners.
You should have a shirt that says put it on the shirt.
I love that.
All right.
Once the budget increases, we'll be able to have all the graphics in the world, right?
Any last words? Because I got a last. I'm frozen again.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. I have a last one too.
All right, I got a last word. My last word, then Joey's last word, then Caroline's last word.
Okay.
My last word. All right. You might want to take the Browns +4.5. You're going to see something this week from Baker Mayfield. I got a feeling it might be game manager stuff. Odell's going to find the end zone. I don't think you can stop that running duo either. You might want to take Browns +4.5. You didn't hear that recommendation from me, but you might want to take it.
I heard it from you. I don't hate that though.
Joey, last word.
My last word is that you should always, always, always put $10 on each quarterback to score the first touchdown in a game. Because I don't know if you guys saw the video, but that guy put $1,000 on Mahomes to score the first touchdown. He won $36,000. Okay, that could be you at a lesser scale. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's only in primetime games. You got to do it in primetime games. So I don't know who the Sunday night game is, but the Monday night game, don't do it on Matt Ryan. It's probably a waste. But Aaron Rodgers, he's got some mobility. I wouldn't be surprised if he runs it in for the first touchdown of the game. So that's my last word.
I think it's 49ers-Giants Sunday night, if I remember correctly.
Perfect. Daniel Jones.
No, the 49ers played the Giants. It's 49ers someone.
Oh. Well,
we didn't bet on that game, so it's okay.
Nick Mullins is a Hall of Famer, so I wouldn't mind betting on him.
Caroline, last word.
Last word. I am not a betting woman when it comes to the Fighting Tigers. But if I was, I would take LSU -21 this weekend. Normally, I would say that they would call off the dogs this early in the season and they wouldn't cover and they would just take the dub. But LSU is coming back with a vengeance and they have something to prove. And I think that they're going to prove it this weekend in Nashville. So if I were to bet on LSU, I would take them -21.
All right, I'm going to make you a little friendly wager bet right here.
Okay.
If LSU doesn't – how about this? If LSU loses, okay,
Okay.
you have to wear a Miles Brennan shirt, but the L is huge. Like
Done.
deal?
Done. He deserves that. I hope if
Anchor
we
down.
lose to Vanderbilt,
Anchor down.
he deserves that.
Anchor down. Nope, not Delta Gamma. Yep, there you go.
You're not dropping our anchor.
My sister's in Delta Gamma, so that's the only one I know.
Sister.
Yeah, my little sister. She's also a Buckeye. Didn't think she'd get mentioned on the gambling show.
All right. This has been week 4 of the Zedia Network's football gambling show. Listen to our picks. You know, we provided you picks, advice, everything nice. Locks of the week, bagels and locks, Drew locks. Locks your doors because we're coming and we're taking